Ladies and gentlemen, Real Late, Hot 97. My name's Peter Rosenberg from the horse's mouth. Big horse. Now, Nym Lo is in here.
That's a fact,
Yo,
man.
congrats, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you,
The
man.
project, you've been telling me about this for a minute. This project was Statik Selektah.
Facts.
And it is finally here. It is out right now. We're about to play some joints from it. It's fire. How you been, man?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. I'm on the cloud right now, man. You know, I've been waiting to release this for a minute.
Yeah, you said that. You said that you think this is the best music you've ever put out. For people who aren't familiar with your journey, how long have you been doing it, and how much music have you put out prior to this?
My first serious album was 2018. That was The Big Horse. And then kind of took a hiatus, and then the end of 2019, me and 183rd, we came out with a High Horse, and then in 2021 we came out with High Horse 2. So I got 3 albums that I would consider studio albums, you know what I'm saying, before this one.
And how long were you rapping prior to that? Has this always been your?
Always. I've been rapping forever, man. I just started taking it seriously a couple years ago, you know what I mean?
What would you consider prior to this project with Statik that you love? What do you think was the best thing you've done prior to that?
High Horse 2.
High Horse 2 was the one.
Yeah, me and 183rd, we locked in, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother, man. We locked in, and, you know, we was putting that together all through the pandemic, and then 21 we released it.
Yeah, there were a few joints we played off of that. You had the 2 Dizza joints, no, 3 Dizza joints on there, Benny, Jay Worthy. And now here you are at the Statik Selektah project. How did the Statik relationship begin?
My man Term, man. Shout out to Term, man.
Terminology.
Yes, Terminology. He hit me one day. He was like, yo, come to the studio, put some work in. So I went to the studio, and come to find out, Statik Studio was like 2 doors down. So it's like a hub for anything musical, you know what I'm saying? Rappers, singers, musicians, whatever. So after I finished working with him, I went over to Statik side. Statik was playing some beats and all that. He introed us and all that. And Statik played this one beat, and I'm like, yo, this shit hard. And you know, it's my first time meeting him, so I'm like, yo, you mind if I get on that? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And now I'm like, you know, it's put up or shut up time. You know what I'm saying? This could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship, or he might never want me to come back to the studio again.
And it went the right way.
Yes, it did. That became Ice Jackets, you know what I'm saying? Because Planet Asia was there that night too. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it all just came together right in that moment.
Yes, it did.
And then we ended up getting that joint right there. Matter of fact, we should play it.
Yes, we should.
Let's play Ice Jackets off the From the Horse's Mouth album, Nym Lo and Statik Selektah. Nym Lo is in the building. Play a couple joints from that and do some more with Nym Lo in a little bit right here, Real Late, Hot 97.
Yeah.
Yo, Nym Lo is in the building from the horse's mouth. I got to ask you, so pardon the obvious question, I'm sure you get asked quite a bit. Where did the whole horse thing situation come from?
Oh, come on, man. Low, man.
Oh, because you're
everything low.
Wow, I didn't even put that together because I'm an
low.
idiot. Because polo and horses makes perfect sense. So are you just like a low head from birth?
Nah. I got into it, I want to say, in the mid-2000s, like maybe 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? And just ever since then, you know, they've always been able, no matter what I had to do, where I had to go, they've always been able to furnish me with the look I needed. So, you know, it was a process of elimination.
Where do you think, how is Polo right now in terms of what they're doing, like different looks-wise, et cetera? Because I haven't been up on it in a minute.
It's definitely not at the peak that it's been at certain times, you know what I mean? But, you know, I've been in the game so long, I could just dig in the, you know, I dig in my crates and I pull out some fire.
What's your favorite era?
Maybe 90. What is that? The CP93 or whatever. When they made all the boat gear, the sailboat gear, windbreakers and all that, real colorful. You know, real. You know,
that era was tough.
Yeah, OD.
A lot of the fleeces, boat stuff. Plus, they still had the bear sweaters.
Yes.
Like that was a good.
Facts. Those graphics was always pop stuck out. Big old sailboats going across the whole shirt and all that, or jacket.
Who is there anyone out there whose low collection you go like you take a step back and like, wow, this is crazy.
Thirst.
Yeah.
Thirst. Shout out my brother Thirst, man.
Thirst
Big
and Hal,
man. Yeah, hell
yeah.
Man.
Have you seen the collection?
I've seen what he brings out, and I'm supposed to be going to his house next month, and he told me he turned it into a museum, so I can't wait.
I can't even
I can't wait to check it
fathom
out.
what's going on there.
Yeah, it's crazy. He like, yo, I got mad shit in frames. Crazy silkies, Ralph Lauren home, all that.
Now, do you have one? Is there one low item that you like of yours that you love the most? Like your most, coveted
Most coveted piece.
piece?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, man.
You don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one. Nah.
Where exactly are you from?
I'm from Harlem. I'm from Harlem, New York City.
East?
Man. West side, 116 Money Ave, man. Word.
And what was the hip hop you were on growing up? Do you remember the first like interaction you had with hip hop in Harlem growing up? Like maybe when you saw someone out, you know what I mean? Early memories of hip hop for you in your life.
Well, the earliest would start with my pops playing a lot of hip hop when I was growing up. In the morning he'll blast the music.
What was he playing?
Onyx, Back the Fuck Up, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Like that's the kind of shit I grew up listening to, like that 90s real rugged hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that was my first experience with it sonically, and then as I got older and just coming into my own, I would see Mace, you know what I mean? I went to the same high school as him, so he'll come back to the high school to kick it with the teachers, some alumni games and all that. I see Cam, you know what I'm saying, driving through and all that. So that was my first visual, experience of understanding where music could take you if you from where I'm from. You know what I mean?
That's sort of the interesting thing about artists who grow up in a city like New York specifically, that you can actually see and touch and have like an idea of, oh, so-and-so's from there. That's so-and-so's house.
Facts.
Or, yeah, even better, you go to their high school and see them in person.
Facts.
Like there's so many parts of the world where you grow up, that's not even an option.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that can let your imagination sort of go.
It's definitely a luxury because it inspires hope. You know what I'm saying? Especially if that's what you into, music is what you into. It's like, oh shit, he's from here, but he made it here doing the same thing I like to do, doing the same thing I want to do. So it's definitely inspires that hope, and it gives you, just that extra kick to know that it's possible, because sometimes that's all it really takes is for people to know that something is achievable for them to actually reach for it.
Yeah, even if you don't even consciously realize how much it's affecting you, it's affecting you.
Right.
Let's talk about Statik for a second. I mean,
shout out to Statik, man.
It's like, how do I say this? You can't say, it sounds like an insult to say that someone is underrated, right? As Nym Lo reaches for the celebratory bottle. What's that a bottle of?
This is Rich Clico.
Oh, it's the Rich Clico, okay.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
No, treat yourself. It's celebration time.
That's a fact.
But like, so I think saying underrated may be unfair because obviously Statik's name rings bells. Like that's clear. Right. But at the same time, I don't even know if people take the full-on appreciation of just how incredible Statik is as a producer.
Yeah, his resume is so long, man, and he's really like cool to work with, and he's super talented. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to the album, there's many different feels, you know what I mean? So I definitely enjoy working with him.
Bro, let's pop this for Statik.
Yeah, pop me.
There you go. It's for you, Statik. What up?
Yeah, man. Come have a drink, man.
Nah, Statik has really done his thing for a long time. And what's it like being in there with an experienced producer who can also help guide you and be like, hey, let's does Statik do that? Does he help you? Does he say, hey, what do you think about trying this or trying that?
If he feels like something is maybe out of pocket, he'll give a suggestion or two. But when I go in the lab, I'm pretty much like, workhorse, no pun. Like I pretty much know where I want to go, and I feed off of the energy of whatever he's playing like that. So like I'll come in and he'll like, yo, what you wanna do? You want me to make something from scratch, or you want me to play something? So depending on whatever mood or vibe we in.
And is this album ended up being a mix of both?
Yes, hell yeah. So sometimes, because sometimes we might be dealing with certain time constraints where we can't be there very long. So it's like, all right, play something, you know what I mean? So just depending, or sometimes he'll just go through the vinyl and he'll put something on the table, pull a sample, sit at the computer, like, he a wizard with the shit, you know what I'm saying? So
he really is.
Yeah, facts. So, and, as he's doing that, I'm coming up with my raps and all that, and, we just put something down. and we decide if we're gonna keep it or not at the end. But it was real easy work with him. He's a professional, you know what I'm saying? And
No,
so
no,
am I.
this is definitely what y'all do. You've done multiple songs with Dave East, including "I Love the Game" on this one. How long have you known Dave for?
Me and East, we got locked in, I want to say around 2014, 2015. That's when we did our first record. My man Wayno, he introduced me to East.
Shouts to Wayno, yeah.
Shouts to Wayno. He introduced him to me in our hood, because Wayno's from my hood. So he introduced him to me, and we kicked it off, and we did that first joint, and we did a couple more joints after that. Like that's family.
And now you got you've done a few with Young Rome Streets as well. How did that?
Shout out my boy Rome, man.
How did that come to be?
I met Rome. I want to say 2019 or maybe 2020, and we met in the studio. And we had locked in. Shout out to Coach. Coach is his manager, and that's my dog too. I know
Coach Bombay.
Yeah, Coach Bombay.
Yes, sir.
So I know him for some years and all that shit. So it was like, family connection, and we got in the lab. And then it's like, yo, it's fire. We got in the lab again, you know what I'm saying? So word. So with this project, I just I heard his voice on that record, because it was actually post-production. I added him to that joint. I sent it to him, you know what I'm saying? Spoke with him, spoke with Coach. He sent it right back, and I'm like,
nah, he's a pro.
This is exactly what I thought when I thought of you being on this record.
Nah, I'm happy for Rome Streets to see him getting what he deserves, man.
Yeah, me too, man. He worked his way up.
He worked his way
up. Word.
He really did. I didn't even realize that when I first had him up, like how long he'd been at it.
Yeah.
And
before the Griselda cosign, like he was doing. He had the DJ Muggs joint. Like he been working. So I love to see that, because it shows you that hard worker, it'll take you right where you need to be, put you on that stage.
Yeah, and I was just having this conversation. I think that one of the things Griselda's done is really open doors for people to see how you can have a class of hip hop that is not trying to be commercial.
Facts.
But can still be successful and get you a nice life.
Facts. I
that wasn't there for a long time.
For a long time. I seen Benny in the club the other night when we was at DJ Drama's release party. And I told him that. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas paved the way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all paved the way, opened the doors back up for what it is that we do, to be able to be, take care of yourselves and your family over this. And I was like, I don't got too much pride to tell you that, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank y'all niggas, you know what I mean? Because this is the reason now labels is looking at, when I had this project with Statik, I was talking to 4 different labels, and you know what I'm saying? I had to pick one. So they are largely responsible for opening that door back to push this culture forward and what we do, and this is what I love to do.
Because for a very long time, and listen, there are obviously people who came even before them who figured out a way to make it work. But they are really becoming like the blueprint of what you can do. You can make a lot of music, flood the streaming services, and build a real base so you can support your family. Because, man, early 2000s,
they was not hearing it.
There was that gap between sort of when, like, there were people putting out vinyl up until the early 2000s. Right. And then it was like, well, that doesn't make sense anymore. People don't even push vinyl and sell singles anymore. Like, what? That's not even a thing anymore.
Right.
Then things just popped up on blogs, but they disappear. And if you didn't get the attention of a major, you were in a really tough spot. But now you can get major attention, or you could just find yourself a nice indie career putting out music that provides a lot of opportunities for people to do well.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So it's actually a very good time in that regard with making hip hop. What's your goal? What's Nym Lo's goal moving forward here beyond this Statik Selektah project? What's next?
I wanna stay consistent and continue to put out quality projects and continue to just build my brand, build my name, and build my catalog. You know what I'm saying? I want to have something that I could leave for my family. Legacy. You know what I mean? Like I ain't no flash in the pan. You know what I mean? Like I take this very seriously. I work on my craft every day. You know what I'm saying? And I up my skill level, and I up everything I'm trying to do. My visuals, everything. Like if you see the Crystal Controls video with Rome Streets, we was on an equestrian estate. You know what I'm saying? That's where I shot it at. You know what I mean? Like, I want to give the people something to look at, something to remember. You know what I mean? Something that's going to stick to the
And
song.
how soon are you coming back out after this? Are you going to ride this one for a minute?
I'm looking at June, July, trying to have something out in the summertime. Me and 183rd, you know what I'm saying? Me and him, we've been in the studio for like the last year plus. You know what I'm saying? We got
183's got heat. Got heat.
OD, we got over 300 songs, P. Like, for real, man. We got over 300 joints, and I'm talking heat. You know what I'm saying? And I work with, you know, the guys I like to work with, the guys that push the culture forward with their skill levels and all that, too. So, you know, next project is going to be crazy.
Yo, his name is Nym Lo. Nym Lo, Harlem's own. From the Horse's Mouth with Statik Selektah is streaming everywhere right now. Yo, continued success, brother, and thank you for coming through. The project sounds fire.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro.
So make sure you go stream and buy that, man. We appreciate you, Nym Lo.
Yo, from the Horse's Mouth.
You know it. Real 8 Hot 97.